Hey guys, Alan PC Kenny here and welcome to another YouTube video here on my channel. Thank you so much for anybody who's jumping in and subscribing, and pop a comment below. Let me know where in the world you are tuning in from. So this video is going to all be about, this is something I think about quite a lot. And I think if you're on a mission right now, if you're changing something in your life, if you're growing a business, if there's any real area in which or idea that you have right now of where you want to be, something that you want to change, something that you want to create, well then you're going to have these moments where you're going to doubt yourself, where you're going to have these thoughts that come into your head that what am I doing? Why am I doing this? This is really tough. Why am I putting myself through all this pain and suffering? And is it going to be worth it? And the question that you really need to ask yourself, or look at it from this perspective, is that when in 30, 40, 50, 60, 70 years time, if you can look back on this moment and ask yourself, is it worth it? Was it worth it? How amazing is it going to feel then to be able to say to yourself, well, yeah, you had some tough times. You had doubt. You had nobody backing you. Sometimes you didn't even back yourself, but you kept going. You kept trying. You maybe stepped away for a few moments or got a mentor, or, took some time to figure out what the next steps are, rather than just keep going around in circles. And that person, or that feeling of you when you're 80, 90, 100 years of age, looking back at you now and saying to yourself, yeah, it was worth it. You kept going. You kept trying. You kept trying to create what it was you could see in your mind. The vision, the ambition that you had. And that's really, really important, especially in those times at the start where you are right at the beginning of a journey. You have drawn a line in the sand and said to yourself that, I want to change my life. I want something to be different. I want to be not where I am right now. I want to create a different environment, a different reality for myself, a different outcome for my kids, for my business, whatever the case may be. And that is the frame that you can put yourself in when you're having those moments, when you're having that doubt, when you're having those, oh shit, what have I gotten myself into here? Because when you get to a point and you understand that there is a possibility that you can change your life, you can change the things around you, you can decide what it is that you want to focus on. You can decide that you want to change your job, or that you want to create a business, or you want to just completely, radically alter what it is to experience life. When you open that up, it's very, very powerful. It's really powerful, and it's also really scary. Choice for a lot of people is really scary because most people believe that, things are just happening, that life is just going along, and they're just on this merry-go-round, going around and around in circles and circles. And if you get a glimpse of what's actually possible, what you could create, and, looking at other people's lives and social media and thinking that you would want that, and knowing that it is possible if you work long and hard enough and become as skilled as those people are, yeah, that can become quite scary to, put that weight on your own shoulders. To say, look, I want that. I want a life like that. I want to be able to help people. I want to be able to influence people. I want to be able to have the choices. That comes with its own, battles. That comes with its own pressure. But the pressure is what's going to forge you into being the person that you need to be, to show up when you don't feel like showing up, to create a video when you really don't feel like creating a video, and to put the work in. and to be able to say to yourself, hey, look, you're not where you want to be right now, but in that 80-year-old version of yourself, you are going to be proud of yourself. Be proud of yourself now, of course, but to be able to break through that, that mindset right now in this present moment where you have that doubt, where you have that limiting belief in yourself, where you're wondering, oh my God, is it going to be worth it? Because as a young entrepreneur or a startup entrepreneur, or even if you're working a full-time job, even if you're like me, you're heading towards 40 with a full-time job, a separated marriage, 2 kids, that it's still possible. That it's still possible. That if you believe in yourself and you put the work in, over time, with patience, you will start to make progress. You will start to chip away and you'll start to see changes happen. You'll start to put yourself in different scenarios, different situations, getting yourself out of your comfort zone and into an area of opportunity. And you got to think to yourself that I need to put myself into these positions, that I need to put myself into this space so that when opportunity comes, I'm there to take it. And I suppose as well, it's worth remembering that there's no greater, to me anyway, there's no greater drive and motivation to keep going when the thing that you are trying to create, the business that you're trying to create, which in my case is coaching, which is mindset coaching, when you know that that is going to change people's lives, that when you get in front of that person, when you're able to impact that person's life, you're going to create such a dramatic shift in that person's life that it's so rewarding and fulfilling. To me, that is one of the greatest motivators. That's one of the greatest things that keeps me going. To know that when I do get in front of somebody and we do have that time together and you are able to help them shift their reality and see what's possible, that it's just going to change their whole world. They're going to just live in a different life that they never thought possible until they met you, until you had that time with them, until you're able to share the gift that was shared with you to them, because that's usually the way these things happen. That you go through an experience and then you want to help other people experience the same thing. For a lot of coaches, that's the case. So that's one of the huge motivating factors. That, if I was sitting at my 80-year-old self, I'd be saying to myself, did you make every opportunity to get in front of people, to let them know that you were able to help them? Even in the times when you didn't feel like doing it, when you didn't feel like showing up, did you still show up? Did you do the best that you could possibly do? And hey, there's different times when your best self is going to come out. That's totally true. If you're, again, starting off, it's really about showing up as much as possible as you can on the socials, messaging people as often as you can to let them know you have a chance, an opportunity, until such point that you get the momentum when people start to come to you and they see you as the beacon that's able to help them. And that will happen. That does happen. It will happen. So believe in yourself and believe that will happen if you keep making progress towards it. But I'll leave you with that. Just remember that in 30, 40, 50, 60, 70 years' time, you'll look back on this moment when you're having a tough day, when you're having a little bit of low self-belief in yourself, when you have a little doubt, when you're a bit frustrated, because I know it's definitely frustrating, that it is going to be worth it. That there's always another way. There's always another thing to try. To be able to spread your message. To be able to share your gift with the world. Or again, in some cases, maybe it's just you having your own transformation. You're changing yourself. That is totally worth it, because the change always starts with yourself first before you start to change other people. So guys, thank you so much. If you resonated with it, or if you have any questions, pop them below in the comments. I would love to engage and love to have a conversation. Until the next video, guys, have a great day.